Hello, everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In the last video, I explained in detail what this series is going to include and what skills you need to follow along. If you haven't watched it yet, make sure to check it out so you can decide whether you really want to follow this series. I'll provide a playlist link where you can watch all the videos. It's in the description. If you're new here and you like the series, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like the video, and share with your friends. In today's video, we're going to set up our project structure. Let's get started. First of all, go to the folder where you want to create the project. As for me, I've already created the folder where I want my project to live. Inside that folder, we'll create two folders, front-end and back-end. If you've watched the previous video, you'll already know why we're separating our back-end. And if not, I recommend watching it. In our front-end folder, we'll have everything related to UI/UX. And in our back-end folder, we'll create API endpoints and everything related to the server. Additionally, in the back-end folder, we'll create a new folder called Bot. This is where our Discord bot will live, commands, interactions, and more. Now let's set up our front-end folder. Open command prompt in that folder and run the command to create a Vite/React project. If you've copied the command, paste it. Otherwise, pause the video and type it manually. After running the command, it will show us options to select a framework. We'll choose React as our framework. Next, it will ask for the language. Just choose JavaScript, as that's what we're going to use. Now run npm install. That will install all the packages required to run the app. It may take some time, so wait for the installation to finish before continuing. All right, now that the installation is complete, open the main folder, where both the front-end and back-end folders are, in VS Code. You can use any IDE you like, but I'll be using VS Code. Now let's run our front-end project by opening a terminal. You can press Ctrl+tilde, the tilde key under the escape key, to open the terminal. cd into the front-end folder and run npm run dev, which will start the React server. Click the localhost link, and you should see a basic React/Vite page with a counter. Stop the server. Let's clean up the front-end folder by deleting unnecessary files and folders. Inside the front-end folder, delete readme.md and everything in the public folder. Inside the src folder, delete app.css and everything in the assets folder. Now let's clean up the code so we don't get any errors. In main.jsx, remove the last import. In index.css, remove everything. We'll be using this later when we add shadcn and tailwind CSS. In app.jsx, remove everything. Then type RAFCE and hit enter. This is a code snippet for creating a React component. You'll need to install an extension for this. Search for and install ES7 plus React Redux/React Native Snippets. Rename the function to homepage, and inside the div, write hello world. Or write anything for now, we'll change it later. Run the server again, and you should see whatever content you placed in app.jsx. Next, let's create some additional folders inside src, which we'll use later. This will help keep our project organized, with everything in its proper place. First, create a components folder. This will hold reusable UI components like buttons, cards, modals, inputs, headers, and so on. Second, create a functions folder. This will contain helper or utility functions, like format date or calculate stats. Third, a hooks folder. This will contain custom hooks, and we'll also use it for tanstack query to avoid repetition. Fourth, a lib folder. This will be used for fetching from third-party APIs or our own backend. Fifth, a schemas folder. Here we'll store form validation schemas. In our case, we'll use Zod. Sixth, a constant folder. I haven't used this much before, but it's useful for values that don't change, like user roles. Now let's set up our backend folder. cd back once, and then cd into the backend folder. Run npm init-y. This will create a package.json file with default values. After that, we'll install the necessary node packages, like Express, Discord.js, etc. First, install the basics by running npm iexpress.env course. Once installed, you should see a node_modules folder. This is where all the npm packages are stored. Now open package.json and make some changes. First, set type to module. Second, change main to src/app.js. Lastly, inside the scripts object, add two scripts. One, start with value node src/app.js. 2, dev with value nodemon src/app.js. Now we can use npm run start or npm run dev to start our server. Next, create a folder called src inside the backend folder. Inside src, create a file named app.js. This file will be our main Express application. Pause the video and write the code that I have pasted. I'll now walk you through the code line by line. First, we import the required packages. Express is the framework that helps us build our server easily. Core stands for cross-origin resource sharing. It allows requests from different origins, like a front end running on another port. Next, we create the Express app by calling Express. We also grab the port number from environment variables using process.env.port. This makes our server flexible for different environments, useful for deployment on platforms like Heroku or Vercel. Then, we set up some middleware. These run before your routes. Express.static serves static files like HTML, CSS, or JS from the client folder. In future videos, I'll show you how to build and serve the frontend from here. Cores enables cross-origin requests. Express.json parses incoming JSON data. Express.url encoded parses form data from HTML forms. Next, we define our first route. It listens for a GET request to / and responds with a simple hello world. You can test this by visiting the URL in your browser. Finally, we start the server using AppListen. Once running, it logs a message in the console with the server URL, so you know everything is working. Wait. One small fix, the code uses path.join, but doesn't import path. Let's add this line at the top. Import path from path. Before starting the server, create one more file. In a main backend folder, create a .env file. Inside it, write port equals 9000. Now go to the terminal and run npm run dev. You should see a log saying your server is running at a specific URL. Click on that URL. It should display Hello World. Now let's create some folders inside the src folder, which we use in upcoming videos. First, config. This will hold all environment-specific settings, like envs.js. Second, constants. Store all constant values here, such as roles.js or messages.js. Third, controllers. This is where your route logic goes. Controllers handle incoming requests. Fourth, libs. Use this for reusable setups, such as Prisma.js for initializing Prisma. Fifth, middlewares. These handle request logic before reaching the route, like auth.js. Sixth, routes. Define and organize your API routes here, like /dashboard or /server. Seventh, utils. Small utility functions go here, such as generateToken.js or sendEmail.js. Eighth, validations. Store all validation logic for incoming request data. That's all the folders we'll create for now. As the project grows, we'll add more folders as needed. In this video, we've built the foundation of our project to get started. Let me know what you think. Is this structure good, or do we need to make changes? Suggest any new videos you'd like to see in the future by joining my Discord server, link in the description. If you're excited about this series, please subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. That's it for today's video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.